What's up? Half the Story, episode 31. We are back. It is nice out today here. Crispy Milwaukee winter weather. We're going to get up in the 40s today, so I'm excited about that. Let's dive right in. Breaking news this morning. Uh, kind of already saw it coming this weekend, but Tom Brady retired. Um, Officially this morning, he announces his retirement. So that is big news. We kind of already knew it was coming, leaked out this weekend. But yeah, Tom Brady retiring. One of my earliest football memories as a kid. I think there was two football memories. First memory was, I don't know which came first. I don't know what year was which, but Tom Brady winning his first Super Bowl, and then Kurt Warner in the Rams winning their Super Bowl against the Titans when the Titans were like 1 yard away from scoring a touchdown as time expired. Um, those were my two, I think, earliest memories of NFL football. So it's been a long time. I think Tom Brady's played for 22, 23 years, something like that, seasons. And yeah, it's weird. It's going to be weird, just like when all the greats do. When you're a kid, you think everyone's going to be playing forever because you can never imagine growing up and them not being on the field or the court or the whatever it may be. The pitch, as they say in soccer, I think. But yeah, when you're a kid, you don't think about people growing up, and you're like, oh, well, Kobe's going to be in the league forever. I'm just a kid. I grew up with him. Same with Shaq. Same with, Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger retired. The people you kind of grow up with as a kid, and now they're retiring, and you're still a young adult. So I don't know. Yeah. So earliest memories of football was Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl. I don't even remember who it was against. But I just remember him being kind of some dorky kid winning the Super Bowl, like wasn't supposed to be there, like typical Wheaties box. And then, I'm trying to think who the Patriots played. Probably doesn't even matter. Did they play that? I don't know. But anyways, yeah. And then the earliest memory was Kurt Warner and the Rams. I can remember watching, I think, both of those Super Bowls at my mom's shop where she worked. And I'm pretty sure it was at the old Stars and Stripes video on Main Street by that McDonald's in Cedar Falls, Iowa. So if you know what I'm talking about, Stars and Stripes represent. That was the old movie. It was like a blockbuster but local. I think it was called Stars and Stripes. And that place was cool because it was an old movie theater, or not theater, but like a movie rental place. And then my mom took over and had her alterations and like prom rental stuff there, and there was the back room and stuff. We had some cats there, I think. And I would always go over across the street was a gas station called PNP, I think PMP, maybe something like that. But I always get the Sun Chips, French onion, the green bag, the good old green French onion Sun Chips for 99 cents. And I would get a Mountain Dew. My mom would be working, and I'd be watching TV or apparently watching football or watching movies or something like that in the shop while she worked at night. So yeah, so Tom Brady retires. That's big news. That's a relief for a lot of people in the league, aka his opponents. It's weird. I've noticed this with a few players in sports or people in general when they're like kind of at the height of their career and they're always winning, and I'm kind of annoyed by them that I don't like them. But then as they age, as they get older, you start to appreciate them a little bit. And I was never, a Patriots fan or this fan or that fan. And I hated watching, or I didn't hate watching Kobe Bryant, but I hated Kobe Bryant because at the time in my life, I was a Phoenix Suns fan when they had Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire and Sean Marion, Joe Johnson, and Mike D'Antoni was the coach. And they would always lose to the Lakers or the Spurs in the playoffs. And I was just like, God dang, dude, I hate Kobe. Like, he's so good. I just hate him. But then as he got older, I was like, dude, this guy is a savage. Um, you need to appreciate him, and so on and so forth. So I've done that. I hated Tim Duncan. I hated Kobe Bryant. But then as they got older, I was like, dude, I like those guys because they're so good, and you can't. I can only hate on them so long until you kind of start to appreciate them and realize that they're pretty good. That they should get your respect a little bit. So that's the same thing with Tom Brady. I didn't really like Tom Brady a lot when the Super Bowl or when he was with the Patriots, kind of coming up. They were always winning, always doing Super Bowls and stuff, and I was just like, okay, I'm getting kind of tired of it. Um, all right, get this guy out of the league. I'm tired of him winning all these damn Super Bowls and always winning MVP and stuff like that. And then, kind of as he's gotten older, especially since he went to Tampa, I was like, dude, I like Tom Brady. He's just you know, he works hard and um, he's definitely got better looking since he was won his first Super Bowl because usually money makes you better looking, anyways. But yeah, I think he's aged really well. I don't know why I threw that out there, but no, better looking, and I have an appreciation for him. And you should too. You're not going to see many people play till they're 44, especially at the level he played this past year. When he had one of his best years ever throwing the football. So interesting to see where sports kind of goes in the next 5 to 10 years. Obviously people are playing longer. LeBron James, Tom Brady, everyone's kind of playing longer, but now the money's so good, you don't have to play so long. You can kind of get your money and get out and kind of live off your fame and everything from playing. So it's going to take someone really special to play that long again and do what he did. So we'll see. Right now I'm kind of in the I would say Patrick Mahomes is kind of the new Tom Brady, in my sense that I'm tired of watching the Chiefs win and score all these points and stuff. So that'll lead me to my next point. I'm excited for the Super Bowl because the Chiefs are not in it. I was like, the whole time I got to catch the end of the Chiefs game. We were driving back from Iowa. I was listening on the radio and got back just in time before overtime to watch then. But yeah, happy the Chiefs lost this past weekend. I'm sure in 5 to 10 years I'll realize how great Mahomes is and kind of grow to like him a little bit. But right now I'm rooting against him and happy for Cincinnati and Joe Burrow. They're going to the Super Bowl. Like I said last episode, he's my new favorite player to watch and to root for. He's got ice in his veins, and who would have thought this year in August, Bengals are in the Super Bowl. A lot of people were picking them to be last in the division. One of the top picks in the draft, which means your record's pretty abysmal, to say the least. So, yeah, it's nice to get a little switch up. If it's nice to eat pizza every day, but sometimes you want spaghetti. So, it's good that the Bengals are in the Super Bowl. Excited for something new, something different, and they'll be playing the Rams. So, looking forward to that. My money's on Cincy. I don't have any money on it because you can't legally sports bet here in Milwaukee or in Wisconsin yet. So if anyone wants to bet a pop or two or a couple bucks on the Super Bowl, I'll take Cincy. I just think, who you going to trust more? Joe Burrow, who's won every game, every must-win game in his career, he's won it. and or Matt Stafford, who's first time in the Super Bowl, first time kind of make a playoff run. So it's going to be a good game. I'm excited to watch the game. What I think we got that weekend, we got a little bit going on. We're going to be the weekend of the Super Bowl. I think we're going to another comedy show here in Milwaukee at the Improv, and then doing something for the Super Bowl with Big Daddy Meats. So hopefully, make a good spread, get some good food. Um, yeah, so I'm excited for the Super Bowl. Let me know what you're doing. If you got any suggestions on food, any fun activities you're doing for the Super Bowl, any games or bets or anything like that, let me know. Um, Speaking of comedy, this weekend though, me and Christy are heading to Chicago. We're going to be seeing Andrew Santino, Cheeto Santino, aka, and we're really excited about that to be going to Chicago. This is our first time going to be visiting Chicago since we moved to Wisconsin. I was able to go to Chicago actually the second day we were here. We moved here to Milwaukee just for a night and back. But this will be our first time going to Chicago since we lived in Milwaukee. It's nice, only about an hour and a half drive to Chicago from here. So yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna see Andrew Santino live at the Chicago Theater, and hopefully do something cool for dinner, or get some snacks or some pops afterward or something like that. So yeah, I'm excited to see him. We haven't seen him yet. We were supposed to see him in Portland, but then the pandy happened and shows got canceled and never rescheduled. So excited. He is from Chicago, so sure it'll be a nice big homecoming. He'll be charged up about that and everything like that. So first time going to a theater for a comedy show. I think, yeah. We went to a smaller theater in Portland, but nothing like this. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, been working a little bit on the podcast here and there at night. Trying to figure out how to do certain things, make it easier for you guys to listen, make it more enjoyable for me, make the video qualities, better, whether it be animations, illustrations, pop-ups, whatever it may be. Whoops, let me turn this off. So yeah, trying to think. So I added a few things. So if you go onto the Instagram, if you go onto the Facebooks, you'll notice a link in the profile. The website is Linktree. If you would go click on the link, it gives you links to everywhere where you can listen to the podcast. That includes video, YouTube, audio with Apple Podcasts. You can listen on Spotify. Let's see, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. What's the other one? SoundCloud. You can listen on that, and then iHeartRadio. So, I mean, you can really. I'm trying to make it as easy as it can be. So whether you use Apple, whether you use Android, whether you use your grandma's HP laptop, whatever, you can access it through that link tree, and it'll take you directly to the newest episode or the half the story page. So trying to make it easy for you guys, give you as many platforms to listen to and options that you like. Everyone's got their own poison that they like. So what else? Oh, I'm trying to get working on this still, trying to get a little bit of a hotline set up. So yeah, okay, hotline. So I'm working on getting a video or a video message hotline, which I think I might have it down. But as soon as I know, I want to make this as interactive as possible, and giving you guys an opportunity to ask questions, provide information or content, or just chime in, and even if it's just say hi. I'll have the link set up when I can get it. You'll be able to call and leave a pretty much just a voicemail, and then we'll kind of answer those voicemails, talk about them on the podcast. Trying to do something a little fun. So yeah, that would be really cool. So I'll let you guys know when I get the hotline set up. I mean, it can be silly, it can be serious, it can be whatever you want. You could just be saying, "Hey, I was thinking about you," or "Hey, I was listening to your episode. It was bad, or it was good." So yeah, I'll let you guys know when I get the hotline set up. But and I'll add that to the link tree though. But yeah, check out the Instagram, check out the Facebook. You can click the links right there, the link tree. You can listen on any platform you want. You can tell Alexa, if you've got a Alexa or a Google, you can tell them to play iHeartRadio, Half the Story podcast, and it'll shoot right to it, and you don't even have to touch anything. You could be a paraplegic and listen to my podcast hands free if you had an Alexa. Um, yeah, so I drink one of these a lot, most days. This Yerba Mate, and I can never say the name, Guayaki, I think. It's good. If you've never had one, go try one. You can buy them at Whole Foods. You can buy them at most grocery stores have them. Most grocery stores don't put them in the fridge section, but kind of the health food section. But they're good. It's like coffee, it's like tea, it's like chocolate. They say gives you all three kind of mixed in one, but it doesn't taste like chocolate. So this one's the lemon one. Dude, it would be sweet if they sponsored me. I think I knew someone in Portland who knew someone who was sponsored by them. And I think that for sponsoring, they just pretty much sent them cans and they like handed them out to spread the word, spread the message, spread the gospel of the Yerba Mate. So yeah, if you haven't tried one, go get one. We're going to work on that. Gets you jacked up. And yeah. What else is new? Oh, so this past weekend, me and Christy and Walter jumped in the car and drove back to Iowa, back to our hometown. Hung out with the family a little bit, hung out with the friends a little bit. Went back to do not do our taxes, get our taxes done. Tie up a few loose ends at the bank, and visit with friends and family for a day or so. So it's really nice coming back home. If you've never been to Northeast Iowa or Iowa in general, it's pretty slow compared to any bigger city. It's good, neither good nor bad. It was really nice to see some of my friends and some of our friends that we haven't seen in a few years since pretty much moving away from Portland, or moving away from Iowa to Portland and to Portland to Milwaukee. So we haven't seen a lot of friends. So it was really nice to see some people. We stayed out dang near till 1 a.m., which is pretty late for us. But yeah, it was nice to see people. It was nice to give them hugs and just tell them, that we miss them and that we think of them, and that we were excited to see them. Because you realize. And the cool thing about my friends and our friends is that I was telling Christy about this. I think we realize how few and far between our time is together nowadays. Whether it be COVID, whether it be we're living in a different state, we're living in a different part of the country. Everyone's busy doing their own stuff, but it's really like we never left when we see our friends, and we just pick up right where we left off, and everyone is just excited and happy to spend time together, whether it just be one night. But yeah, it's cool meeting, re-meeting people, because some people you don't see for a couple years, and so say like I moved away and I didn't see this person for 2 or 3 years, and then I come back, and then it's kind of like you're meeting a whole new person. You are meeting a whole new person, and they are meeting a whole new person, because to say I'm the same person I was when I moved away from Iowa from the same person I was when I went back this weekend is probably not true. Same with everyone else, So it's cool. cool to meet, kind of meet your friends again, and see, um, for the most part, everyone's doing great. Everyone's doing fantastic. Everyone's killing it. Everyone's, doing what they want to do, or trying to do what they want to do, or everyone's just, I think happy at least. So, yeah, it's cool meeting my friends again, even though I know them. It sounds weird, but a lot changes in a couple of years, and you can really, yeah, just I don't know. I thought about that for a minute, and it's no different than when you're in a relationship with someone. You're always changing. One of my favorite quotes is, "The only thing constant is change." So whether in your relationship with your spouse, or a friend, or a family member, you just got to know everything's going to be changing. So the only time you really get in trouble is when you expect someone to be who they were, the last time you saw them, and you can't expect someone to, for good or for worse, be the same person that you thought they were when you saw them last. If that makes sense. You just gotta know things are changing. Every year, every couple years, things change. People change. People have kids. People, have tragedies. People have life events. Maybe all their kids move out of the house. Maybe, their folks pass away, or, maybe they get this new job and they're balling on a budget, or, just so people change. So it's good to, yeah. Like I said, the only time you get in trouble is when you try to, and this is a lesson that I've learned, is when you see people, and you want them to be who they were the last time you saw them. And um, sometimes that's true. Sometimes, a zebra doesn't change its stripes, but a lot of times, those stripes fade, or they turn into like a centaur, or like another type of horse that doesn't have stripes. So, um, pretty much what I'm just trying to say is, it's just good to see a lot of people, and see how everyone's kind of growing up and finding their way in life, but still at the core of themselves, um, are are still my friends, and still our friends, and still are, you know, extended family in some sort, of way. But yeah, when big thing with moving, no one can, I'm not gonna say no one, but if you grow up and you live somewhere, whether it doesn't matter where you live. If you live in LA your whole life, if you live in Northeast Iowa, if you live in Texas your whole life, um, it's nothing that you can never understand until you leave where you're from. Um, and it's nothing good or bad, but um, when you move and you travel and you do that kind of stuff, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. Um, it's just hard to explain to some people, that haven't done it, because you don't know what you don't know. And not saying that moving is good or bad or better. It's just hard to explain to some people that have never left where you're from, or you know, it just is what it is. So one thing that moving taught me, moving across the country, and I think I was one of those people that never thought I'd move from my hometown, um, because I loved hanging out with the family, wanted to keep an eye on the family and help as much as I could. But I think moving was really good, um, and moving taught me that it's a lot easier than it portrays to be. You think, oh, you're going to be moving across the country. It is a big life, event, and it is scary, and not a lot of people do it. I don't even know what the statistic is, but there's some statistic out there that's X amount of people, or X percentage of people never live, or only live 20 miles from where they were born, or something like that. I don't know what the percentage is, but yeah. So moving, moving kind of taught me and Christy um, that it's not easy to do, but it's doable, and you can do it if you want to do it. Um, you don't have to have a lot of stuff when you move. You don't. It's nice to know someone there if you move. And you're never too old to move, or you're never too old to start anything for that matter. You know, um, you think, if I stay in one place and um, do something for 20 years, I could move a couple times too, and you know, end up with the same amount of change in my pocket at the end of the day. So, um, yeah, you're never too old to start something or move something. So don't think you're stuck in one spot. Um, kind of, always thinking in my mind and in Christy's mind and our minds, if we ever want to move again, if we want to go back to the West Coast, if we want to go, where we want to go or what we want to do in the next few years. I think that's good to think about, having a couple year plan or a 3 to 5 year plan. Um, yeah, so and then because something got me thinking about this is like one of my friends is going back to school and he's my age, and I'm like super excited for him because he's going to be a nurse, and man, I'm really excited for him because he's gonna do great at it, and there's gonna be so many opportunities for him to travel and do stuff, and um, yeah, it's a blimp in your life if you want to go back to school or if you want to move for a year or 2 years. It really is a blimp in your life. Everything can kind of come back to normal. You can always go back home. You can always start over fresh. You can always move to a different place. Um, you can always start a new career, especially at my age. I'm 31, but if I said today I want to go back to school in 2 to 3 years, I could have a brand new career, and then I'm still 33, 34, and I still got 30 more working years, quote unquote, before I can retire. So that's I'm in the first trimester of my working experience. So yeah, you can always change what you want to do. You don't have to do anything. And not saying I'm going to be changing anything right now, but yeah, if you're ever thinking about doing something, just try it. Most of it's just a blimp in our life. That's one thing working with older people that um, kind of taught me is, they have so much life experience. Some of them do the same thing their whole life. Some of them, say, "Oh, I lived in this for 2 years, that for 2 years, this for 2 years." At the end of the day, you're at where you're at, and um, usually you're better off for doing whatever you want to be doing, or um, not doing whatever you want to do. It's just it is what it is. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, you're never too old, and I'm really glad that one of my friends is going back to school because I like when people aren't afraid to be an older person in school, or get a divorce, or you know do anything that's kind of out of the norm. I like when people do that because it needs to be the norm. Is there shouldn't be a norm on what is considered normal, or you can only go to college when you're in your 20s. You can only, you're not allowed to get divorced, so um, yeah, I like when people do when they choose themselves, and yeah, most of the time it ends up better for everyone anyway. So um, what else has been going on? Yeah, this weekend going to the comedy show, and yeah, just working and doing things. Um, I was working on some things, like trying to set up that hotline for the email, and one of my Google accounts had my old uh, what was it? My old email from college as like the backup email, like in case of emergency, email this number to unlock. this email. And I was thinking, I was like, dude, what? Like, I loved my college email. Let's just put that out there first. It was my first introduction to Gmail, was my UNI, University of Northern Iowa email. Monte@uni.edu, no longer active. But when you get out of high school and you start college and you get this college email, it's like, dude, the world, for me at least, was like, okay, I got this real official email. Let's start signing up for shit. Let's put that email out there. I'm going to put all my Spotify, my Netflix, I'm going to put, everything's going to this email. My life is great. I'm in college. I can't even think about 2 years from now because I'm in college, and that's can't even comprehend graduating college and being an adult. So it's like, oh, dude, this email it's great. UNI email, it's great. College email, it's great. And then you graduate with your college email, and then I was still using it after college, but eventually they take that email away from you. So the only thing you have that you've built your life through as a young adult, you're building your life, you're making these connections. Oh, here's my email. It's my UNI email, and my EDU email. Call me for that job offer, or, here's my Netflix account. It's on this email, or here's whatever it may be. Your life isn't, tied to that email. And who would even make another email in college that's not your college email? Because in college, all you're doing is college stuff. You don't want the email from when you're 13 that was, six pack Randy at yahoo.com. You don't want that as your real email, because when you get to college, they say, don't have stupid emails from when you were a kid, little Tina dance girl at hotmail.com. You don't want that when you're an adult, because you'll look stupid. So you're like, oh, okay, I'll just use my college email for everything. But then when you get to college and you graduate college, they say, oh, we need that email back. I know you tried to like build your whole life and everything like that. You're building your life. You made all these connections, but we're going to just, oh, here's the rug. We're going to pull the rug out from underneath you. And now you're not going to have your college email, which you set up your whole life on. And then you're screwed with everything. So there's nothing worse than losing your college email. And this has happened once and a half to me. And I know what most adults are probably saying right now is, you should just start an email when you're an adult that is not your college email. But then, like, back when I was an adult or a young adult in college, we barely had smartphones. So if you had multiple emails, it was like a pain in the ass to like, oh, I've got to go check my other email. And you didn't even know what you wanted to do with your life. So how are you supposed to make an email that sounds professional? So yeah, nothing worse than losing your college email. Maybe just for me, maybe other people are like, it's not that big of a deal. But dude, I had my life on that college email, and I'm still, today, when I'm almost 32, it came up again last night and said, oh, this is your backup email. And I changed it real quick because I can't even access that. But still, 10 years later, that damn college email is still somewhere out there charging me Netflix or, on Carvana or something like that, trying to, someone's using it somewhere. And it's just a shame. They should just let you keep that email, but convert it over to a Gmail. So that's $1 million idea if any college wants to borrow that. Because, like I said, yeah. I don't know why I thought about that, but it's a tough pill to swallow when you graduate and they just rip that rug out from underneath you, and then you don't have an email, and you don't have any. You got to go change everything you've ever logged into and update the emails. You better do that before they close your email out, because then you can't get in your email to verify it. So then you have to start everything new, and then you got like 6 different accounts on everything, and it's just a lot sometimes to think about. Um, and it made me think about it last night when that damn backup email showed up, and it was my college email. So, anyways, yeah, and I was trying to set up the hotline, and somewhere on there it said something about long distance calling. And I remember, dude, who we used to have long distance calling on the phone, and I wonder if they still do it now. But now everything's Wi-Fi, so you don't even need to use. I mean, you could Wi-Fi someone long distance, and it doesn't even charge you. So think about that for a minute. Long distance calling. Um, yeah, I don't even remember. You had to buy those minutes so you could get those long distance or unlimited nights and weekends. So you could talk on the. So call me back at 6, from 6 to midnight, or let's do business on the weekends. I'm only open on the weekends because that's when I get my free uh, talk and text and long distance calling. So, what else? Yeah, I thought of maybe a couple other cool things to do for the podcast, but I'm not ready to do them yet. I need to get my editing skills up. Um, Definitely need to go shopping for clothes at some point in my life. Haven't done that in a long time. So, you ever notice whenever people go shopping with you, no matter what, I've said it, Christy said it, I've heard peers say it, family say it. Whenever you go shopping with someone and they try anything on, it could be a triple XL hoodie. They go, ooh, just nothing fits me. You ever heard that? Someone say nothing fits me when they go shopping? I would like to meet someone that, I found a t-shirt a couple times in my life that has fit pretty good, but um, yeah, try and go next time you go shopping with someone and they say, no clothes ever fit me, or nothing ever fits me. Um, I don't know why that's so funny, but everyone says it. Just like a few episodes ago, whenever you go to someone's house, they say, "Oh, don't. My house is a mess right now. Don't. I just haven't had time to clean it." Like before you even step into their house, they say that. Before they even try something on in the store, they go, "Nothing ever fits me." My butt is too big. I'm the only person in Northeast Wisconsin that has a big butt and big thighs, or you know my chest or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But everyone says no clothes fit me, but so I guess we're just all walking around all day, every day with clothes that don't fit us. I mean, what are we gonna do about that? Get them altered or something? So, um, yeah, I know I have clothes that don't really fit me, but I mean, it's just what are you gonna do? You can't do anything about it. You just buy clothes that kind of fit, and then hopefully no one says something to you. So, um, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna wrap it up on today. But yeah, keep a lookout. Hopefully, get this hotline set up so we can do calls in. Would love to hear from anybody. If you do call in and leave a message, it takes about it'll ring like it's a real phone, so it's gonna ring, real phone ring, and then it'll go to a voicemail. But I'm gonna get this all set up. I'm gonna blast it out, and then you leave a voicemail, and then I'll play it on the podcast and respond to the voicemail message. And like I said, it can be anything sweet, salty, spicy, between me and you and the world. And, it could just be, hey, what do you think of deep sea exploration? It could be something like that. And try to make it a little interactive with you guys and see how we can incorporate some of that into the episodes because I can find things to talk about too. But if you want me to talk about something cool or not cool or spicy or salty, I'll talk about it. Whatever, we'll be cordial about it. But yeah, I'll get that blasted out once I get it set up. Again, click on the link in the profile. It'll send you to my link tree with all the episodes available in audio and video versions on any app that you prefer: iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. iHeartRadio as well. So yeah, check me out anywhere you can. If you can, I would love it if you would like the video, if you would push the subscribe button, whether on any platform you're using, whether it's again Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, or YouTube. Every little subscribe, every little like helps. And let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if you have any suggestions, if I'm too nasally up top, or if I am doing okay on the mic as well. So look forward to hearing from you guys. Look forward to the next episode after this next week. But we'll see you guys when I see you, and I hope you have a great start to your month. It is officially February. Or in Subway's slang, Jared Subway sandwich artist shop, it is Feb-U-Any. So anything can happen for $5 at Subway, but not anything. So have a good day. Have a good February. I will see you next time on Half the Story.